So I talk about Beyoncé a lot on this channel. And recently I've been guessing the high notes of singers that I've been reviewing on this channel. I decided that it was time for me to finally face the music, take a Beyoncé performance, and see if I can guess the notes that she is singing without any sound. So I'm going to use my perfect pitch vocal coach superpowers and zoom in on Beyoncé's mannerisms, what she's doing with her body, and see if I can make an educated guess about which note she's actually singing. So let's get started, shall we? Hello everybody, O'Neil Gerald Donald here, and I am a heavy Beyoncé fan. And as a fan that's also a vocal coach, there's a lot of things that Beyoncé has done with her voice that I have pretty much locked away in my memory. And what I want to do right now is actually use that library that I've built up to guess some of the high notes in a performance of hers. So the way that I've been doing it is I'll turn on the video, watch it without sound, and then make a conclusion in my mind as to what part of her voice she's using and see if I can zoom in on the exact note that she's singing. So I've got my phone here and I'm gonna find out which note she's singing, plug it out on the keyboard and then see if I'm right. I may have to jump around for this one because depending on the choreography, I might just know the song, but we'll see. Okay, let's go. Okay. So I already was able to kind of see that she's kind of giving like a pulse on the note, hey, something like that. So what I really need to look at is see, is she working hard? Is she not working hard? If she's working hard, then she probably is in a belt that's a little bit higher. Now here, it looks like she's giving energy, but she's not at the top of her range. I'm gonna try my best not to try and remember what song this is. And also I need to think about when in time this was. This was Beyoncé's third album, so her voice wasn't as heavy as it is now, but yeah, she's not working too hard, but she's not like at rest. So I'm gonna say that she's in the 5th octave. Like the first thought that came to me was a D. A D5 is not her when she's at like the F, at least in this part of her career. I don't think she's working too hard, but I don't think she's all the way at rest, which would put me at like a D5. Let's turn on the sound and see if I'm right. Yeah. So she wasn't at a D5. That's what I thought that she was. She was actually going from a C5 down to a B4. So I thought she was and those are actually a really good guess because she was doing Crazy in Love, which is in that key, right? But she was slightly a little bit under, but I was around in the right place. And like I said in the Jasmine Sullivan video, the better a singer is, the less that they reflect effort in their body. And Beyoncé is a hard one because Beyoncé moves in ways that require a lot of effort, but her singing doesn't necessarily require the effort that she moves with. So I have to be aware of that when I'm guessing. So I didn't get this one right, but let's see if we can get at least one. Okay, so let's try and find another one. Okay, right there. I don't know what yes, okay, good. This is throwing me for a loop. So here's the thing. Sometimes Beyoncé also adds grit in her mid-register. By grit, I mean extra growls and stuff like that. So it's like, what is she doing? First of all, Beyoncé is a little bit older here than she was in the I Am tour. So her voice, and I think this is after the self-titled album, so her voice has dropped a little bit. And here's the thing, Beyonce's voice starts to get a little bit thicker a little bit sooner than most pop female voices. My first inclination was like it could be like a B flat. I'm between an A and a B flat. I'm gonna go with a B flat 4. The reason why I'm going with that is because she doesn't seem like she's ascending to the 5th octave. There, I feel like she would be giving more strength, but also she doesn't seem to be like all the way in the lows of the lows. So I'm gonna guess a B flat 4. Yeah, let's do it. Let's turn off the sound and see if I got it right. I don't know. Right, okay, yeah. Love. That was the note. Okay, I was really close, and it was one of the 2 notes that I actually descended on. It was actually an A4 that Beyoncé was singing, but I thought she was on a B flat 4. but I was really close. But even between the two clips, you can even start to hear a little bit of how Beyonce's voice has changed. Again, I wasn't on, but I was pretty close. And honestly, it's always really cool to get underneath the skin of the singers that we know and love and see what their habits are, what their mannerisms are, and kind of create an educated guess from that. And the reason why I'm able to come close in where these singers are is because I've taken the time to study their voices and really be fans of their work. And by being a fan, I've exposed myself more and more to what they're apt to doing. But a lot of you haven't even exposed yourself to what your own voice does. You're aspiring as a singer, you want to do more, but you're not really too sure on what your voice actually does in a given situation. And because of that, creating your art has become a challenge. So what I've done is I've created a training for those of you that are singers that want to know more about how to see your voice's true potential unlocked. So I want you to go to reclaimyourvoice.ca/masterclass, watch my free training, and gain some information that will help you to understand what your voice is actually capable of. Because singing is much more enjoyable when you know your limits. And a free resource like this is really going to help you to start and continue on the journey to discovering what your voice can really do. So go to reclaimyourvoice.ca/masterclass, watch my free training, and reclaim your voice. Reclaiming my voice. Anyway, let's find a little bit more of what Beyonce is doing. Okay, what was that? Yeah. Ba. She was kind of doing like this hand thing. So I feel like all of those were the same note, so I think I can maybe guess there. But again, Beyonce has this way of invigorating her notes, even if they're not necessarily in the highest parts of her range, just for the sake of performance effect. My first inclination is that we were getting a little bit more force in her in the speech that she was giving. Somewhere up there. But also, part of me wants to feel like it can actually be lower than I actually think it is, because Beyonce's adding that extra effort, which she's known to do. This is like what, Made in America? I don't think Lemonade was out yet. So then her voice hadn't dropped to the place where it was after The Gift. But I don't feel like she's that high here. But part of me feels like she could be at this G right here. Because it looks like she's kind of doing some more rap style singing as well. So she could just be talking hard. But she's definitely not in the 5th octave. Oh, this is hard. Can I phone a friend? Like, oh my gosh. I feel like she's definitely between an E4 and a B flat 4. You know what? Why don't I just kind of even out in the average in the middle and just go, I'm just gonna go with this G4. My inclination is that she's actually on the top range, she's actually on a B flat. But because of like the range of where her speaking more emphatically is, I'm gonna say that she's at like a G5. Am I completely sure? Absolutely not. But let's see if I'm right. Let's turn on the sound. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. I was going on the notes that were on the downbeats. So here's the thing. She was going between an A4 and a C5. And told me about the flames. So I was going on the told me about the right on those notes. She was on the A4 there. She did hit the G4 on the told me about the flames I couldn't, right? But to be fair, on those downbeats, she was on the A4, which actually was close to where I felt like she could be. She wasn't on that G4, but she was on that A4. But now she was touching that upper C. Told me about the flames. My guess was here. She actually was slightly up, around there. And she was singing Ring the Alarm, right? So she was, again, yes, giving more effort. So was I close? Yes. But that was hard. Yeah, I think the main thing that's really messing me up, or the one thing that is hard to really grab from Beyonce is it's hard to see through her effort, because Beyonce is really good at creating effort with her body, probably because she sings and dances at the same time. She creates effort with her body for the sake of visual effect, but it has nothing to do with the actual mechanism she's using to actually sing and create sound. She's giving a solid wall of support that isn't necessarily forceful when she's singing, but with all of these jagged movements, it looks like she's actually, she's actually like really whipping her voice into shape, when actually she's just giving a solid wall. And I think that's what makes Beyonce so hard to guess. Let's see if I can do one more. We're gonna do one more. I'm gonna see if I can do this. I don't know. Here we go. Right here. Right here. Pa. Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't know what consonant that was, but it seemed very explosive. It seemed like the sound jumped out of her. And here it looks like a little bit more effort. Now, how much effort is the question? It seems like it could be a really open E5. Something like that. Like, she's definitely in the 5th octave, at least in my opinion. It could look like that. In fact, it probably would have been that much closer to 2022. I feel like it would be there. This looks like it's giving me like E5 or F5. I'm gonna settle on an E5. Let's see what it is. But I think I can be pretty about 70% sure that this is an E5. Let's see where it goes. Oh, it was irreplaceable. It is how about? I got fooled again. It wasn't baby like I thought it could have been. It was actually a C sharp 5. How about? But actually that explosive B is probably what gave the effort. How about all be nothing? Beyoncé is so good at creating physical space that is independent of what she's doing to create sound. I think that Beyoncé is a master of really using her voice in an efficient way, while at the same time giving lots of effort in her body, just separating physical movement and performance from actual sound creation, which is amazing. Did you guys get all of them right? Let me know in the comments. If you're new, of course, subscribe to this channel, because this is a place where we reclaim your voice. Reclaiming my voice. I'm O'Neil Gerald Donald, and I'll see you all in another video. Okay, bye everyone.